Today was a good day, but today's a terrible day. Today's one of many terrible days to come, but it's especially terrible today because it's so symbolic. Not just symbolic, it's the start of many bad things to come. I get goosebumps when I think about it. I'll show you, I'm serious. We're about 1650, and you can clearly see, there we go, finally fucking loads the page. You can see, why is my internet so slow? Stop being so fucking slow. As you can see, we may or may not have some rough times coming up ahead. Here's the Dow, even though I clicked on the S&P 500, whatever. This 85 top is really important. Oh man, was that 85 top important? I didn't really think anything of it because remember that old strategy that I used to tell you guys about? I thought that thing was pretty much by the wayside. I almost never use it. I guess it gets mostly used for like longer term stuff. Nothing short term anymore because it's too obvious. So it's mostly just really long term stuff. I got a new strategy. Sorry, I can't tell you guys. But I can't tell you anything about that. But what I can tell you is I got a bad feeling coming up. Bond market's tanking. JGBs are tanking. Nikki just imploded, and I know most of what Nikki lost, it gained in the last month. So, Nikki's a story of its own, but the S&P is really starting to freak me out, and I'm seeing a lot of reason here, not to sell it, but just, maybe to be looking at volatility a little bit more closely. Not the UVXY this time, but, volatility futures. Buy a couple OTMs. If you're making money, you get a little side money. Buy a couple volatility OTMs. They could make a bad day in the market be a really good one. Oh boy, what else? Trading a lot of crude, a lot of gold. Really worried about gold. Really worried about gold. I apparently was wrong. Apparently I was just fucking wrong. I had no clue. I don't know, man. I don't know, where's my knife here? Cooking food. I can't see shit. I think I burned it. Tell me I burned it. No, I didn't burn it. It's doing alright. Can't see shit anyways, can you? I don't suppose you guys can. In any case, I'm kind of a little bit upset, and I'm a little bit upset because it's mostly the bonds that have me freaked out, but it's gold, and it's gold. I know there's a lot of gold left in the ground still, but I see a lot of big money moving for gold these days. I don't know how long this can continue. Originally, my projection was that we would hold out until early 2015. And we still may, but it feels like this is the apex. It feels like everything was fine and dandy for too long. There was no problems. What happened to having like a new crisis every half month? It's been like a month and a half. There's been no crisis, no problem. Even though Cyprus is supposed to be a fucking template, paper markets are behaving different than certain physical markets. That has me scared. Has me fucking scared. It's got me fucking terrified. And I mean, I don't know anybody really. I don't, I don't have parents anymore. My parents are dead to me. I try to explain to my dad, no, get out of the municipal bond market. Told him, get out of the Two Peaks. Still hasn't done it. Still sitting in him, losing money in his fucking bond market bet. Like, I've told my parents so many good bets to take, it's just not even funny, you know? And I recently advised them on a few other bets, and they haven't taken them. And I don't know what else to say. Because they're just, I mean, like, my mom, she doesn't give a shit. She's, like, making 5 or 10% in the equity boom. She's gonna ride it the whole way down, so who gives a fuck? And she's only made 5 or 10%. She did it in the fucking futures market. She'd make, like, insta 50% in, like, a day. She's not that bright. I don't know, man. Today's an apex. I want to save up and buy an aquifer. Everybody else is going to go after, like, physical gold. And so I have to do the same. But I also want to get an aquifer. I don't know how I'm going to get an aquifer. I gotta buy a fucking aquifer. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to get my hands on that. Most people don't think that far ahead, I guess. For some reason I'm thinking backwards, forwards. Right now feels like an apex. It feels like the beginning of the downcline, to be honest with you. And it's the bond market that has me the most worried. I was watching the thing, didn't actually end up, shorting it, but just watching it, thinking to myself, this does not look good, this does not look good. Trading crude and gold throughout the day. Those, they went well, but I mean, nowhere near as well as, well, that's not true at all. But bonds, I think, outperformed everything on the day. Short bonds. Why, they make like fucking 33% today? It's crazy. I had to make a video, man. I don't make these anymore. I get like 10 views. Nobody really watches these. But I always find it really funny because I feel like it's the same 10 people over and over again. I don't know, man. There's a television show, and the television show is called Trailer Park Boys. And Trailer Park Boys is it's a show about these guys from a trailer park in Canada. It's a funny comedy. You guys should watch it if you've never seen it. But there's an episode toward the end of the TV show, and it's called The Winds of Shit. And I really feel like the winds of shit are blowing. So the wind picks up just as I say that. I love it. I gotta go. I probably won't be posting these for a long time again, but I'll see you on the other side.